we are going to see the problem on orthographic projections. For that, here we have a question. It is given that figure shows pictorial view of an object. Draw the following views: front view, top view, and right hand side. So whenever we have a question of orthographic projection, the first thing we should note down is the total length, height, and width of the object. So when I'm looking along x direction, I'm going to see the length and height of the object. So length, as I can see from the left corner up till here, it is 100 mm, and then this plate is of 12 mm throughout. So 100 plus 12, that gives me the value of length as 112. Next, the total height of this object or the pictorial object given here, this is 42 mm, and where this surface is ending, as I can see here, they have given the centers 25 plus 20. So I can say that it is 25 plus 20, that is 45, and 42. So 45 and 42, that gives me the value as 87 as the total height. Then the total width, when I'm looking from this side, that is the right hand side, that is going to give me the width. And as I can see here, from this portion up till here, it is 56 mm. After 56, there is 12 mm. So 56 plus 12, that is 68, which is the total width of the object. Once we know the total length, height, and width, here we can start with the spacing part, that is where to draw front view, top view, and side view. So I'll explain that. Now, since it is not mentioned here, either we have to draw it by first angle method of projection or third angle method of projection. If nothing is given, we can start the question by first angle method of projection and continue in that. Now, whenever we are drawing by first angle, in that case, the front view is there in VP, top view is in HP, but we have to decide the position of the front view, that is, it should be on left or right. For that, I have to see the side view. Now, the side view is right hand side view, and when we are looking from right hand side, we have to project it onto the left hand side by first angle method of projection. So side view will be on left hand side, front view is here, and below the front view there should be top. So starting the front view from here, when I'm looking from front, I'm going to see the total length and height. So here I'll draw that rectangle of length 112 and height 87. So here I'm marking the length 112. This is 100, 110, then it is 112. The height is 87 mm. Marking 87 as the total height. So inside this rectangle, I would be drawing the front view. Next, when we are looking at any given object from top, the height of that object is not visible. So only length and width would be visible. Length, I can take it from the front view. So length I have taken from the front. Width is 68 mm. I'm marking 68 mm. Then here in this rectangle I am going to draw the top view. For the side view I am taking an angle of 45 degree. Then when we are looking at any given object from side, either it is right hand side or left hand side, when we are looking as an observer on this side, right hand side view, it will be drawn on left hand side, and from the side the length of the object is not visible but width and height are visible. So height I can get it from the front view. So height from the front view and width from the top view. Now here inside this rectangle I am going to draw the side view. So once we have understood the spacing, that is front view, top view and side view, I can start with the drawing. So first, starting with the front view, when I'm looking as an observer from the front, the first thing which is close to me is this plate and these vertical plates. So I have to draw them. They would be appearing as rectangles to me. So from the right hand side, this rectangle is having a height of 42 mm. So I'm taking a height of 42 mm from one side, and then through that I would be drawing this line, light, a light horizontal line by taking a distance of 42 mm. Next, the plate is having length 12 and this is going on continuing as the height and again the length of the plate. So I'm measuring the length of 12 mm. So projecting it light, then it is having a height of 12 mm. Projecting it light. From the other side, this plate is having a height of 12. Now, as this plate is visible first, I can directly make it dark so that to avoid any confusion. Now this surface is visible from the front. Then at the same time, if I can see here, then from this arrow x direction, this semicircular surface is visible. And in order to get the center of this semicircle, I can say that it is given that after this 12 mm plate, there is a length of 44 mm and this is where the center is starting. So after this plate, I am going to measure the distance of 44 mm. projecting it light. This light line is the center line, and now I have to draw the semicircular plate. So after 25 mm height, here is the center. So over this I am measuring 25 mm, or in other words taking 20 mm from top, because the remaining height is 45, and then drawing a light horizontal line through it. This is 25 and the radius is 20. So taking that radius from the center here, I am drawing a light arc, light semicircle, and then projecting it with the help of light vertical line downwards. Then inside this semicircle there is a circle having diameter 22 mm. So here I'll mark the radius as 11 mm. Drawing this circle. Next, I can say that only this much part of the object which I have shaded is visible from the front. So I'll make it dark, and then we would be going on for the hidden portion. Then this semicircular portion will be extended with the help of vertical line. So after this visible portion, now when we are looking from front, in that case, this circle in the vertical plate is not visible. It is also having the same height, that is the same center and same radius as the semicircle I have drawn here. So first I'll say that just projecting the center line, having common centers. Next, inside the semicircle another circle is there having same diameter 22 mm. So projecting this circle, so this is the hidden circle. Next, after that, there is another portion which is hidden, which will not be seen from the front. So here I have completed the visible part, and for the hidden portion, here if we look into the diagram, then from the front, that is along x direction, this line which is behind is not visible, but a certain part of it is coinciding with this line. So the remaining portion in this block should be hidden. So that same line I'll project it light. Here even if we see, then there is a cut. Now this cut is there in this 12 mm block, which is also not visible from the front, so it has to be hidden. Having a height of 12 mm, it is here. I am taking 12 mm distance, projecting it light. So this is the cut, and it has to be hidden. After that, there is some portion here. This shape won't be visible from the front, so it has to be hidden also. Now Here there is a semicircle having radius 8, so its length is corresponding to the diameter, that is 16 mm, and its depth is, it is throughout. As we see here, there is a hole of this shape, so the length of this hole is 16 mm, and it is there inside this plate. So here I have the center of the plate, so I'm measuring 8 mm on one side, 8 mm on the other side. That gives me the length 16 mm. Projecting it light. Now it has to be hidden. After that, I can say that whatever part was hidden, that also I have drawn with the visible part. So here I can say that the front view is completed. Next, I would be projecting the top view, and for the top view, the observer is here. And when I'm looking from the top, as explained earlier, from the top, height won't be visible, but only length of the object and width of the object is visible. So here I already have a rectangle having length and width for the top view. Now looking from top, the first thing which is visible to me are these plates. So I would be drawing them. One plate is there on the left hand side, other is there at the middle. So projecting them with the help of light line. Then the plate will be having the width corresponding to the diameter of the semicircle. Semicircle is having a radius of 20 mm, so its diameter will be 40 mm. So for that purpose, here I am taking the center of this width, which is 68 mm. So half of that, which is 34 mm, projecting a light line. Now here, as explained, the width of this portion is corresponding to the diameter, which is 40 mm. So taking 20 mm on one side, 20 mm on the other side. So this is the plate as visible from the top. Next, there is another semicircular plate. This is also visible. So here I have that plate in the front view, projecting it light in the top view. Now the width of this semicircular portion, it is starting from one side, that is from this side, having 12 mm width. So measuring 12 mm. So here I have this semicircular plate looking as rectangle from the top. Next, when both these plates are visible, I can directly make them dark. They are visible first. So these two plates are visible. As I look from top, this groove or cut is also visible. So I'll be projecting its center, which is already there. And here, as explained in the front view, the length of this cut is corresponding to 16 mm. So that length, I'm going to take it from the front view. getting the length. This portion, as we can see, it is exactly at the center. That is, here the width is 56 mm, leaving 12 mm, whatever is left, that is 56 mm, and it will be located there. So I'll take half of 56, which is 28 mm. Now this will be the center for that groove. After that, I'll see the width of that groove. It is 16 mm, and then the radius is 8 mm up, 8 mm on the other side. So 8 and 8, that is 16 and 16. 32 mm is the width of this portion. So here the width of this portion is 32 mm, and for that, from this location, that is the center, I'm marking 16 mm on one side and 16 mm on the other side. That gives me 32 mm. Means within these points the surface should end, and it is having a radius of 8. So from here I'm marking radius 8 and then drawing light horizontal line through it. Then I'll measure that. Keeping the same distance from here, I'm marking the center, drawing light horizontal line, drawing a light semicircle. Then as this portion is visible from top, I'll make it dark. Then these semicircles are being joined with the help of dark line. So this portion is visible from the top. Next, after that, if we see here, looking from top, this surface, this surface is visible. So here, this semicircle is having the same, the diameter and this width is same. So it will go on continuing. So I will just project that semicircle. Here, this portion is having a width as 40 mm. So 40 is measured actually from here. So this much part is dark. Here what I'm making, this part is not there. It is actually a light line. Similarly, there won't be this line as well. It is light. So this complete surface is there. Then after that, projecting this semicircle from here up to the end, and then drawing the dark lines. It will be connected in this way. Connected. Next, looking from top, these circles are going to be hidden. So there will be a circle inside this portion. First, I'll take the center of it. That is half of 40, 20 mm. Inside that, there is a circle of diameter 22. So marking 11 mm on one side, 11 on the other side. Here is the center line of that circle, and it is hidden. Then another circle is there inside this semicircle. For that, here we have the center. So this is the hidden circle. Next, also when we are looking from top, this cut is not visible. It is there inside this plate, and when I'm projecting it into the top view, it will be there throughout, hidden. Then there will also be a line at the bottom which is connecting these plates. So this line will have to be hidden. Then here I can see that the top view is being completed. Next, I have to draw the right hand side view inside this rectangle. For that, as an observer, we are onto the right hand side. The first thing which is visible to me is this surface. So that surface I am going to draw it here, having height 42 mm, which is already there in the front view. So drawing that surface, the height of it I have projected. Width I can take it from the top view, so that surface is here. Now here I have to draw that surface, and as I can see here, from both sides it is having radius 10 mm. So I have to draw an arc here, measuring 10 mm on both sides, then taking that distance in the compass. Drawing light lines. Then after measuring 10, I am transferring it onto this vertical line, even here. Next, drawing light horizontal line through them. Keeping the same radius, 10 mm. Drawing an arc here. Next, I'll make them dark as they are visible. After that, there is a cut of 12 mm height, which I can take it from the front view. So it will go up to the top, even here. Next, joining them. Complete surface is visible from the front. After that, looking from front, even this surface, which is the semicircular part here, this will also be seen. For that, I'll take half of this distance, that is the width here. Projecting the center for the semicircle. Then drawing this semicircular part. As we see here, from the side view, both these surfaces which I have shaded blue, that is for the side view, they are on different planes. So between them, there should be dark line. So here, as we see, there is a dark line in between them, showing the change of plane, and which surface is ahead, which is below, that which is ahead or which is behind, that we can see it from the front view, that the bottom plate is ahead, semicircular plate is behind. Next, inside this semicircle, there is a circle of 22 mm diameter. Its radius I can directly measure it from the front view, plotting it like. So this circle is seen in the side view. Then looking from the side, this part, that is the vertical surface, is also visible. So projecting it hides, its height can directly be, we can get it from the front view. Then the width is 12 mm, I can get it from the top view. So I'll be making dark that surface which is visible. Now here there is a dark line in between them that indicates change of plane. As we can see here, this portion and this plane, they are on different planes because this line is ahead and here this line at the same level is behind. So separating them, there is a dark vertical line as we see here. Next, after completing this, there is even a hole inside the semicircular vertical plate, which is here, that needs to be projected directly from the front view. So here I am projecting these circles inside the vertical plate. Both are having the common center line. When looking from side, This slot is also hidden, won't be seen from the side view, and that slot is inside this plate. First, I'll extend this line because it is there throughout, so it will be hidden. And inside this plate, here this slot is there. So I'll just project it. So this will be the slot. So here I can say that whatever the visible as well as hidden part was there, that also has been done in the side view. Next, I'll draw the center line. In the front view as well. Next, once I have completed all the diagrams, I'll give the dimensions starting with the front view. And dimension lines are medium dark, so I'm using red color indication for medium dark line. 12 is the length. Is the height of this plate. Here the radius of this outer semicircle is 20 circle having a diameter of 22 Next, this plate is having a length of 12 vertical plate. Next, the plate is having a length of 100 up till here, as we have seen 100 before this 12 100 Then the center is located at 25 height. Height. Here this is having a height of 42 Then after giving the dimensions in the front view, I'll start with the top view. This portion is having a width of 12 mm. Then this width is 56 mm. So here, after getting this 56 mm width for this portion, I'll give the dimensioning here because in all the views I'm getting it hidden, like in front view and in side view, but in the top view I'm getting the two shapes, so giving the dimensions here. Radius is 8 mm. Even on the other side, center to center distance is 16 mm. I can show it directly onto the diagram. It will be okay within that. Even on the other side, it is understood that it will be 8. The radius will be 8. Then marking the lengths for the center. This is 44 mm. And here we have 12 mm. Length is 100 mm here. Then this cut is at 12 mm length. So after giving the dimensions to the top view, next proceeding to the side view, I'll start giving the dimensioning here. Here the radius is 10 mm and then the height of this cut is 12 mm. Then the total height is 42 as can be seen here up to this portion. .42 mm. Then again a 12 mm cut, or the height of the plate we can say. And for the width, it is in this way, that 56 mm from one side and the remaining portion is 12 mm. So now here I'm giving the dimensions in the side view, marking the height of this center, which is 25 mm after this 42 mm height. Then semicircle and outer circles are there. So this circle is having a diameter of 22 mm and the semicircle having radius of 20 mm. And here I'll also mention the total height, which is 87 mm. height. Next, after that, drawing the XY line, dark. And here, as we see in this question, the question was draw the following views: front view, top view, and right hand side view. So here I'll mention that this is the front view. Here we have the top view, and this is the right hand side view, which is drawn on left hand side by first angle method of projection. And with all the views completed and the dimensions over, I can say that the problem has been completed.